So the title of my project is Ready, Set, Run. From the title you could tell that it has to do with running. And so the purpose of my experiment was, so runners drink something before they start running, and I wanted to see if what they drink affects how they run. So I did it for 7th and 8th graders, and they were all girls, and it was 100 meters around. I mean, I couldn't get it exactly because it was sort of hard to measure it. And so my hypothesis was that the overall running experience, by that I mean their time and how they feel, because that's also important after they're running, because then that affects if they want to run again, is the best after pickle juice. From pickle juice, Gatorade, and water. The reason I picked these three is water is sort of a control, because people usually drink water, and there's an argument going on the internet between Gatorade and pickle juice. Yes, they make pickle juice sports drinks. And yeah, it's not very good. So the materials were 15 cups for the liquids in, a stopwatch, 100 meters of flat surface, and 5 test subjects willing to do it. It's sort of hard to find 5 people willing to drink pickle juice. And the procedure was, well, you make a data table, and then I get 5 people, and I do it one at a time. And so first, I make them stretch, because that's what runners do before running. And while they're stretching, I gave them the liquid, they drink it, and then I made them run. And I also recorded their time, how they felt, and how long it took them to recover. I didn't write that down, but I sort of did it in additional comments. Okay, so my results were that, so the first one was water, and then the second one was Gatorade and pickle juice. As you can see, their time went down the whole time at a steady pace. The only test subject that didn't go at the same pace was this one. And the overall range was 2 seconds faster. Yeah, and so I figured that this happens because when you run, you sweat a lot and you lose sugar. And there's a lot of sugar in pickle juice, the way they make it in sports drinks. And so additional comments were that in water, a lot of people ended up coughing after running, and their times were the slowest. With Gatorade, a lot of people's throats got clogged. I don't really know why. I want to figure that out. And after pickle juice, they were still a little tired because they sprinted, but it wasn't as bad as the other liquids. And so my conclusion is that pickle juice really does improve your performance. And I know this because my data showed it. And some things that could have affected my data was my reflexes, because I had to stop the stopwatch. And if I stopped it maybe a second or a couple milliseconds. And I would also want to figure out if it's only sugar that affects it, because I've heard some about carbohydrates, and I want to look into that a little more. And that's my experiment.